video 2 of week 4 of our lockdown class on platform games. What we're going to do here is add backgrounds and graphics to the game to make it more interesting and to extend this platform game. We're going to add trees, fruit, tunnels, mushrooms, hit areas. So let's see what we have now. We've got Trump who can jump, except he's running when he's jumping. We're going to change that this week if we can. If we don't have enough time, we'll do it next week. He runs backwards and forwards. We have multiple keyboard commands. He can drop, we have parallax, and he can go up basic slopes. That's good. And when he falls out of the screen, the game restarts. Right. First of all, I want to put a background behind this area to clean it up. And what I'm going to do is add a new layer. My tile map is on, my main tile map is on the game layer, and we have to sort of try and keep track of where everything is. Background 2, that's clouds and mountains, and background is the stars. Okay, so the graphics is empty right now. That's where we're going to put the trees, but I want to put this background in here to try and fill it out a little bit. So I right click in this area, add a layer to the bottom, and I'm going to call this tile map 2. And I'm going to drag that up. So it's in front of background 2, which is the clouds and the mountains. And I'm just going to rename that to put a capital letter on it. And in here, we're going to put the background tile map so we can blend in the black areas or do the best that we can. So I right click in the area, insert a new object, select tile map. We get the default tile map appearing. I go to my folder, I open up, and what I'm looking for is grass back tile map PNG. I open that up, and then I close the screen. That tile map's ready to go. It's been already positioned at 0, 0. And let's have a look at a few more features of putting a tile map in. When I go to my tile map, there it is. If it doesn't appear, just click on the tile map and it will appear. That often catches me out. So the first thing I want to do is fill in some of the background area here to make it look just a little bit better. I can zoom in using my Command and plus, and then I can use my space bar to drag it. See, I inadvertently dragged my tile map. I just want to put it back. I'm just going to go 0, 0 here. That can happen quite a lot. No way of locking it, so we just got to be really careful. Okay. So I want to dig a tunnel, but because we have parallax, the character's gonna fall down quite a long way, and we want to make sure there's always things to cover the viewpoint. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush, and I'm going to draw an outline of where I want my background tiles. So I think my tunnel is going to start about here. So I can draw behind, and then I'm going to have tiles going here. I might change some of my foreground tiles, and I'm actually going to have my tiles coming out up to about here. I'm going to have a tunnel going up. So this is all going to be background. I'm going to fill that in later. I'm just going to draw an outline of roughly where I want things to go, because I can always change it. You need a really good gap with tunnels, because the character hitbox could hit areas you wouldn't necessarily want. So I'm just going to draw a line down there. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to draw my tunnel. So it goes deep underground, very roughly, and then comes back up here. And this tunnel is going to go down, and it's going to very roughly at the moment, because we want to move a bit faster with our tile maps. We can clean it up in a minute. It's going to come up about here, probably make it a bit wider there. So good. This has all got a boundary. Notice it's got a boundary. So now instead of having to fill in all these tiles, what I can do is I can get my bucket tool and just click in the area. Oh, that didn't work, did it? I just want to click in the area where I want tiles to fill in. The reason why it didn't work because there was a gap behind here. And now I've got my bucket tool selected. I need to go back and just connect these up. Now is that connected? That should all be good now. So I click the bucket tool and it just fills in that area. Having learnt my lesson now, I'm just going to fill in this area here, making sure that's all filled. Let's see if this works. Bucket tool, click, and it fills in to the extent of the tile map. And I'll just extend the tile map so it extends over the game area, and I can draw more tiles into it then. So let's use the bucket tool. Does that work? No, it needs to be just a bit bigger. There we go. So that's filled everything in nicely. Good. Okay, so let's try and clean this up a little bit now. And we're going to make a break here for the tunnel to go through. So we've got slopes here. So let's just select this portion of the file and start here. And of course, I've got the bucket tool selected. Glad I'm making these mistakes so you don't have to. So now I can carefully just go down and fill in my slope until I get to the bottom. And I can flip this. Let's try that. No, let's try the other side first before these are flipped. Okay, let's have a look. No, wrong way. There we go. There's a, and I actually want this to go down. I'm just going to do it roughly down to about here and use my eraser with a single square to erase. So I'm just going to click any square. All right, let's get rid of that one. And I can now go and fill in. All right, I'm going to stop the video now, finish this off, and then start another video.